Today's investigation brings us to Longlake, New York, which was settled in 1883. The current population, 791. The name Longlake is due to the lake itself. It's 14 miles long and was originally formed from a glacial widening of the Racket River. Located in the Adirondack Park, the lake is a summer and recreation destination, hosting activities like fishing, hiking, boating, swimming, leaf peepers, and snowmobiling in the winter months. The land was originally part of the 1771 Totten and Crossfield Purchase from the Mohawk Nation. A couple of highlights of the lake are the Adirondack Hotel, the seaplanes, and then Longlake Camp for the Arts, which is based on the west side of the lake. The lake is also part of the 740-mile Northern Forest Canoe Trail, which begins in Old Forge, New York, and ends in Fort Kent, Maine. Mid-October, approximately 9 p.m., a remote hiking trail near the western shore of Longlake. Thomas, a seasoned hiker and local resident. Tom was returning from a solo hike when he heard a series of loud guttural sounds emitting from the dense woods nearby. The noises were like any animal he's ever encountered before, deeper and more resonant than a bear or a moose. Intrigued but cautious, Tom slowly approached the source of the sounds. As he drew closer, he caught a fleeting glimpse of the large humanoid figure moving through the undergrowth. The creature was roughly 8 feet tall, covered in dark fur, had a broad shoulder and massive chest. It moved with an awkward walk. Before Tom could get a better look, the creature disappeared into the thick brush. The sounds of its movement faded into the night, leaving Tom both exhilarated and terrified by the encounter. After speaking with Thomas, he said there was a thick stench in the air, which reminded him of a fresh step in swamp mud, and disappeared with the creature. The growl, well, that sound was deep and long, but not loud. Not to scare, but it was more of a warning, he said. He didn't see any details from the sighting. It was more of a defined silhouette. But the awkward walk, which kind of had a limp, was terrifying because you can hear the branches, larger than a human could ever break, snap under every step. Now, Thomas advised he did not feel frightened, only warned, as if to stay back. Thomas is a local resident. He says he feels comfortable and confident every time he's out hiking, by himself or with a group. He has never seen or heard another Bigfoot-type creature before or after the event. Tom and his encounter, well, that's what brought me to Longlake. I didn't come for the recreation, the swimming, the boating, the Adirondack Hotel, or the seaplanes. I came for an investigation. I came for evidence. I came for Bigfoot. Now, Tom pointed me in the right direction. We talked about the hiking trails in the area, and we talked about the specific hiking trail. I arrived at the trail with eyes wide open. I could still hear Thomas telling me his experience in the back of my head, repeating over and over. This gives me insight. This gives me a sense of belonging. Am I on the right trail? Is Bigfoot here in Longlake, New York? I started to take a look around, find structure, find evidence. It felt as if I was stepping in prints. So I took my time, moved some things around, and really got in the woods. I felt a little uneasy, and it may have been because I just finished talking to Tom. He just finished telling his story, and I couldn't get it out of my head. Not far from the unusual structure, we found a water source. Right next to this water source, a print. The print in the mud. I scanned it with my Scaniverse app so you can get a better look. I measured it. It was 14.5 inches long. You can see the toe imprints. And that smell Thomas described? Swampy mud? Well, the pieces are coming together here. Next, as looking around through the forest, I noticed an X formation right off the trail. Is it marking an entrance into the forest for the Bigfoot? Is it a warning? I'm not sure, but I'm going to continue to move on and look for more evidence. As you're watching, please analyze the video. I've looked over it many times. There's many opportunities, things that could have been missed. So let me know. I came across this structure. I wasn't 100% sure, but I believe it was a rock, and there seemed to be trees broken and laid across the top. Didn't make a lot of sense. Definitely interesting, stood out. I don't know what to make of it. Let me know your thoughts. Right next to this formation, another swampy, muddy print around the same size. You can see the toe outlines. The pieces are coming together here. I'm very interested in this structure. I'm very interested in Longlake and Thomas's experience. We spent a few more hours exploring the trail, getting in the woods, seeing what we can find, locating possible signs of Bigfoot, working to fit these pieces of the puzzle together. Tom, his story, very intriguing. Evidence in the woods, in the forest, very intriguing. There was a lot of prints in this area, structures, signs, X's. After gathering our evidence on that trail, we moved on to the next. Driving down the road, we found a sign for some New York conservation land, which we wanted to see what they're conserving, what's going on back here. This is a long, old, lonely road, couple cabins along the way. A lot of forest destruction, a lot of area that looks like it needs to be explored. It's definitely an area of interest that we'll revisit in the near future. My conclusion to our investigation at Longlake: there's Bigfoot here. We found evidence and we'll be back.